Good afternoon po. Good afternoon. Welcome po sa DPWH Sorsogon 2nd, Kawilihan, Juban, Sorsogon. Today is March 4, 2024. Scheduled for today's pre-bid conference is for the project 24FL0067 with contract name Access Road leading to Industries at Barangay Monbon, Irosin, Kawilihan, Barangay Magsaysay, Bulan, Sitio, Moton-Boton, Barangay Cogon, Bulusan, Sapa, and Barangay Bacolod, Juban, and San Eugenio, Santa Magdalena, Sorsogon, Cluster 18. Present here today for today's pre-bid conference are the following: Agnes Silo, Back Chairman; Erwin S. Encinares, Back Vice Chairman; Dave Anulia, Back Member; Chloe F. Paleros, Back Member; Glenn Alinesio, Head of Procurement; Nathaniel B. Alewe, Back Secretariat; Nathaniel E. Ferratero Jr. from Planning Section, DMI IT. Madam Chair, for today's pre-bid conference, meron na po tayong quorum and wala pong nag-attend contractors today.
Okay, since we have a quorum, the pre-bid conference is now called to order. The agenda for this pre-bid conference are as follows. To discuss the basic contract data is Engineer Nathan Ferratero.
Basic contract data for contract ID number 24FL0067, access road leading to industries at Barangay Monbon, Irosin, Kawilihan, Barangay Magsaysay, Bulan, Sitio, Moton-Boton, Barangay Cogon, Bulusan, Sapa and Bacolod, Juban, and San Eugenio, Santa Magdalena, Sorsogon, Cluster 18. Contract location is at Barangay Monbon, Irosin, Sorsogon, Kawilihan, Barangay Magsaysay, Bulan, Sorsogon, Sitio, Moton-Boton, Barangay Cogon, Bulusan, Sorsogon, Sapa and Bacolod, Juban, Sorsogon, and Barangay San Eugenio, Santa Magdalena, Sorsogon. Approved budget for the contract is 48,950,000 pesos. Brief description: construction of roads. Source of fund is FY 2024 GAA. Contract duration 125 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents 25,000 pesos. Submission of bids is scheduled on March 19, 2024 until 10 a.m. and the opening of bids at 10 a.m. of March 19, 2024 immediately after closing the receipt of bids. Major category of work, the code is RCP. Again, the code is RCP. So we have here the sample of the bill of quantities and the sample of the bid data sheet. All of these are downloadable through the DPWH website or at the PhilJobs website. Minimum manpower requirement for project manager. The minimum years of experience required is 5 years. Project engineer 5 years. Materials engineer 3 years. Safety health officer 1 year, and foreman 3 years. Minimum equipment requirement for dump truck. The required number of units is 4 units. Payloader 1 unit. Bulldozer 1 unit. Backhoe 2 units. Chainsaw 1 unit, backhoe with pavement breaker 1 unit, motorized road grader 1 unit, water truck pump 2 units, concrete vibrator 2 units, concrete spreader 2 units, concrete saw 1 unit, bar cutter 1 unit, bar bender 1 unit, joint sealer machine 1 unit, plate compactor 1 unit, one bagger mixer 4 units, transit mixer 3 units, concrete patch plant 1 unit, applicator machine 1 unit, and beading machine 1 unit. So next we have the sample of the special conditions of contract and some samples of the plans. Again, all of these are downloadable through the DPWH website or at the PhilJobs website. So we have here the plan for Juban, Sorsogon. Again, all of these are downloadable through the DPWH website or at the PhilJobs website. So for the next slide, it will be discussed by Engineer Almiro.
Submission and receipt of bids. Bids should be submitted to the back office on a date, time, and at either at its physical address or through online submission specified in the instruction bidders. To the bidder's duly authorized representative in a 2-envelope system, where eligibility and technical requirements are enclosed in one envelope and the financial requirements in another envelope. Eligibility and technical envelope and financial envelope enclosed in one mother single envelope. Ang bid validity po natin is 120 calendar days. sealing and marking of bids. Yan po ang ating 2-envelope system. Original technical containing the eligibility and technical documents, and original financial documents containing the financial documents, all enclosed in one envelope marked original bid. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract we bid, name and address of the bidder and recipient pack, procuring entity, and the markings do not open before the date and time specified in the instruction to bidders. For copy 1 and copy 2, ganun din po. Yung original, yung copy 1 technical and copy 1 financial, enclosed din po sa isang bid, and yung copy 2 technical and copy 2 financial, enclosed din po sa isang envelope, mark copy 1 or copy 2. Each envelope shall contain the name of the contract to bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient pack of the procuring entity, and the markings do not open before the date and time specified in the instruction to bidders. Lahat po mga documents yan, yung original, copy 1 and copy 2, lahat po dapat naka-enclose sa isang mother envelope. And the envelope should contain the name of the contract to bid, name and address of the bidder, recipient pack, and the markings do not open before the date and time specified in the instruction to bidders. Improperly sealed and marked bid envelopes or not properly compressed and password protected will be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The bank assumes no responsibility for the misplace of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or its premature opening. Unsealed and unmarked bid shall not be accepted. Not compressed and not password protected shall not be accepted. Improperly sealed and marked shall be accepted. Improperly compressed and password protected shall be accepted. Pero hindi po mag-assume ng responsibility ang bank for any misplacements of contents of the or improperly sealed or marked bid or its premature bid. Pwede makinig tayo Bidders shall submit their bids through any of the above-mentioned online or electronic facilities at any time before the closing date and time specified in the bidding documents. So ayan po ang ating guidelines to electronic means. Two-factor security procedure, archived and password protected, allows access to a password protected bidding documents. Reminders lang po sa mga bidders, password shall be disclosed by the bidders only during the actual opening of bids, capable of generating an audit trail of transactions. For bid modifications naman po, bid modification should be submitted before the deadline of the bid submission of bids. Bidder shall not be allowed to retrieve its original bids. Submit new bid equally as sealed, properly identified link to its original bid and marked as a modification. So bawal po kunin yung original bid nila. Instead, mag-submit po sila ng bagong bid with marked modification. For letter of withdrawals must be received prior to the deadline for submission and receipt of bids. For bids withdrawn within the interval between the deadline and expiration of bid validity, the bid security shall be forfeited. For electronic bid submission, bidders shall send another bid equally secured, properly identified and labeled as modification of the one previously submitted. The time indicated on the latest bid receipt page generated shall be a bid. For manual submission of bid, yan po ay sa Box Secretariat Office, DPWH Sorsogon 2nd, Barangay Payawin, Juban, Sorsogon. For electronic bids, yan naman po ay sa electronic bids _Sorsogon 2 at dpwh.gov.ph. Requirements on bidding documents. Ang mga documents po ito ay nakapost po sa DPWH websites and sa field jobs to aid our contractors in preparation of their bids. Ang mga documents po ito ay instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, bid data sheet, specifications, drawings, yan ang nga po mga plans as discussed by Engineer Peratero, bill of quantities, and sample forms. Eligibility criteria. To be eligible to participate in the bidding of the said project, a bidder must be a duly licensed Filipino citizen for sole proprietorship, partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines, corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Cooperatives will organize under the laws of the Philippines or persons, entities forming themselves into a joint venture as per section 23.4.2.1 of the IR. Foreign bidders may be eligible to participate in accordance with the guidelines issued by the GPPB as per section 23.4.2.2 of the IR. Bidders must have a valid PCAM license, must have a single largest completed contract similar to the contract to bid at least 50% of the ABC. Contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience, provided the cost of the contract to bid is not more than the ARCC of registration. Bidders must have an NFCC at least equal to the ABC. Eligibility and technical documents to be submitted by the bidders. We encourage our bidders to enroll in our civil work application to facilitate the fast evaluation of their eligibility. However, if they have not yet enrolled in the CWA, these are the documents they have to submit. Class A legal documents. Number 1, PhilJAP Certificate of Registration. May submit TTI tax clearance. Number 2, pickup license and registration. Number 3, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Number 4, statement of the single largest completed contract. Number 5, computation of the NFCC. Number 6, valid joint venture agreement if applicable natin. Mamaya po, isa-isahin natin yan. Number 7, bid security in a form of cash, manager's check, bank draft, bank guarantee, or yung bid security declaration. Number 8, project requirements, organizational chart for the contract bid, list of contractors' key personnel, list of contractors' major equipment units, owned, leased, or under purchase agreement. Number 9, omnibus form statement, duly authorized. Isa-isahin po natin yan mamaya. Eligibility requirements, Class A legal documents, PhilJAP Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership. As per GPPB Resolution Number 15, 2021, with lifting the suspension on the implementation of mandatory submission of PhilJAP Certificate of Platinum Membership and membership in competitive bidding and limited source bidding. So, ibig sabihin po nito, required na po ang ating mga contractors na magkaroon ng PhilJAP Certificate with Platinum Membership. Class A technical documents, statement of all ongoing contracts, statement of single largest completed contract, valid pickup license, special pickup license for joint venture. Class A financial documents, yan po ang NFCC. Class B, in case of joint venture agreement, dapat po naka-attach po ang ating joint venture agreement. Recently expired mayor's permit, business permit shall be accepted together with OR. The renewed permit shall be submitted as post-qualification requirements in accordance with Section 34.2 of the 2016 IRR. So, kung expired po ang inyong mayor's permit, pwede nyo po submit kasama po ang inyong OR. Pero po, if you considered ka as lowest calculated bid, kasama po yan sa aming hahanapin sa COSCO. Dapat naka-renew na po kayo ng inyong mayor's permit, business permit. Tax clearance naman po. Submission of the BRRC for renewal for tax clearance will not suffice in view of valid tax clearance requirement. Submission of provisionary tax clearance issued by the BIR for bidding purposes is not acceptable form of tax clearance as per GPPB Resolution Number 1, 2014. Dapat po updated po ang ating tax clearance as part of the bidder's responsibility to maintain po na nagbabayad po tayo ng ating mga fees. Statement of ongoing government and private contracts. The statement of the prospective bidder of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and in complexity in the contract to be bid. So dapat po lahat po yan naka-disclose yung mga ongoing nyo. The statement shall include all information required in the bidding documents. Statement of single largest completed contract. The single largest completed contract should be similar to the contract we bid or has the same major categories of work. The single largest completed contract's value should be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid upon adjustment of current prices using the PSA consumer price indices. Contractor under small A and small B categories without similar experience, provided the contract we bid is not lower, the cost of the contract to be bid is not more than the allowable range of the contract cost of registration or ARCC. Valid FICAM license, special FICAM license. Registration for the type and cost of the contract to bid should be valid at the time and deadline for the submission and opening bid. So dapat po during bid opening, valid pa rin po ang inyong mga FICAM license. Sa bid security naman po, mamimili lang po tayo nito ng bid security. Only one form lang po is required to be submitted. For cash manager's check, cash or manager's check, bank draft, bank guarantee, a revocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, 2% po yan ng ating ABC. For surety bond naman po, callable upon demand, 5% of the ABC, or you can use po yung bid securing declaration. Please be guided na lang po ng GPPB Resolution Number 16, 2020 sa format po ng ating bid securing declaration. Any omission po sa format ng ating bid securing declaration will be cause po for your disqualification. Yan po ang sample ng ating bid securing declaration. Please be guided na lang po. Omnibus sworn statement. So dapat po naka-enclose po lahat na yan sa ating omnibus sworn statement. And yung omission din po sa mga clauses na yan will cause din po sa disqualification during post-qualification. Please be guided po ulit ng ating GPPB Resolutions Number 16, 2020 sa format po ng ating bid security declaration. Walang sample ako. For financial envelope naman po, ang laman po niya ay bid form, summary bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimate including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of materials, labor, and equipment, cash flow by quarter, month, and payment schedule, other documents required in the bidding documents. So please be guided po ulit ng ating GPPB Resolution Number 16, 2020 sa format po ng ating bid form. May bago na po yan na format. Okay po. For detailed evaluation of bid, unless the instruction to bidders specifically allows partial bids, those not providing all the required items shall be considered non-responsive. Placing no price is considered non-responsive. Specifying a zero or dash means it is offered for free. Ang purpose po natin para sa ating detailed evaluation of bid is to determine the lowest calculated bid by establishing the correct calculated prices of bids, ranking calculated total bid prices from lowest to highest. Ang ating pong method ng detailed evaluation of bids ay a non-discretionary criterion shall be used, which shall include consideration of completeness of bids and minor arithmetical corrections. The result shall be contained in the abstract of bid. In case of discrepancies po between bid prices in figures versus bid price in words, bid price in words shall prevail. Total price per item versus the unit price for the item times the quantity, the unit price for the item times the quantity shall prevail. Stated total price versus the actual sum of the prices of component items, the actual sum of prices of component items shall prevail. The unit cost of the bid, in the detailed estimate versus the unit cost of bid in the bill of quantities, the unit cost in the bill of quantities shall prevail. Reminder lang po sa ating mga contractors, provision on communication with bidders from bid evaluation until award of contract. Yan po ang ating non-contact rule. For post-qualification, ang purpose po niyan is to determine whether the lowest calculated bid complies. Ngayon sa ating pre-bid conference, gusto po na muna namin sana i-share or i-announce ang aming na-receive na memorandum from the OIC Undersecretary for Supporting Services, Marichu A. Palafox, CESU 2, Reconstitution of Bids and Awards Committee, BAC, of the DPWH Sorsogon 2nd District Engineering Office. So ang bago po natin ngayong chairperson ng BAC, si Ma'am Agnes Sidu, ang ating pong Assistant District Engineer. Si Madam. And ang ating panibago pong Vice Chairperson ng ating BAC for DPWH Sorsogon 2nd DO, si Erwin S. Encinares, Chief po ng Quality Assurance, and member po na ako, regular member ako po, ang regular member, Eugenio B. Almeida, Chief po ng Construction, and provisional member po natin, si Levi D. Pura, Chief ng Administrative Section, and yung sa ating provisional member, representative po ng concerned end users. So, Madam Chair, wala na po akong discuss, tapos na po ang ating PPT.
Are there any questions from the leaders online? Wala? Okay, since there are no more questions and no matters to be discussed, this private conference is now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.